Hey guys, welcome back. This is my final video in my E3 thoughts series, and obviously I'm gonna be talking about Nintendo. They were the last major, manufacturer to do their presentation. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna have like a quick summary, ranking all three conferences. But for now, I'm gonna focus on the Nintendo E3 Direct that they had this morning. To begin with, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was a little bit let down. Although I don't know if I don't think disappointment is the right word to describe the Nintendo E3 conference, but I think it was a little bit weak, and they could have definitely done better. I think the main problem that I had with Nintendo's presentation is that I would say 90 or rather 100% of 100% of the games we were expecting them to see in some way or form. Actually, I would say it's less than 100% because Donkey Kong Country Returns 2 is a brand new title that we did not know about, but that was basically the only surprise. So we knew what to expect for this conference, and I was hoping, like I'd mentioned in my predictions video, I was hoping Nintendo to surprise us with two exclusive titles, and one of them is Donkey Kong Country Returns, but there's another one missing, that I was hoping it would be Star Fox or F-Zero or a brand new IP, but nothing of that happened. But let me just jump right into the conference, and they started showing Pokemon X and Y for the 3DS. The game is looking great. The graphics during the battles are just amazing, and they're gonna add new features like this interaction that you can do with your Pokemons, I guess, to establish a better bond. So it has I believe some kind of like Tamagotchi type of options, if you will, where you can feed your Pokemon or you can pet your Pokemon and all that. It looks really cool. I'm looking forward to the game. Then they moved on to the Wii U section of the conference, and they started by showing off the new 3D Mario game. And this is where I think a lot of people, I think most people are going to be maybe let down. But for me, it was the opposite. I'm actually super excited about this new 3D Mario game. And mainly because it's going to be looks like it's going to be some sort of sequel to Mario 3D Land, which is my favorite 3DS game, and not only my favorite 3DS game, but one of my favorite Mario games of all time. So this new Mario game, which is called, I believe, a Mario 3D World, it just looks amazing from a level design point of view. I do have to admit that the graphics in the game did not wow me. I think I was actually anticipating to see perhaps a Mario Galaxy 3 type of epicness in terms of level design and graphics, but for me it did not affect me. But I can see why a lot of people would be let down by this new 3D Mario game. And basically, this is a game that takes the gameplay of 3D Land for the 3DS and mixes it with like Super Mario World. There are a lot of environments that look very similar to it, and it tosses some elements from the Mario Brothers 2 for the NES, in the sense that you can pick different characters, and depending on the character that you pick, you have different powers. Like, for example, if you pick Princess Peach, you can float in the air. If you pick Toad, you can run faster, and so forth. So it was my favorite game of the presentation. Next up, we had Mario Kart 8, which it's looking great. Graphically, this game is looking really good. Seems to be running very smoothly, and I think they're going to be introducing a new sort of effect. Gravity effect, in which you can go up in like 90-degree angle walls and stuff like that. Other than that, it looks very similar to Mario Kart 7, which is not a bad thing considering I really enjoyed that game. So we're really looking forward to Mario Kart. The only disappointing thing is that I believe they said it's set for a 2014 release, so that's not good. And then after that, I believe they showed both the Wind Waker remake, which it's looking like an HD remake, and it's looking pretty good, and I'm really excited for it. It's a Zelda game, so and despite being an old Zelda game, I I love the series, so I'm definitely looking forward to that game. And they also showed the Wonderful 101, which we have seen footage for that game many times already, but it was nice to see some new footage. I think the game is looking really hectic but fun at the same time. It has that chaotic Platinum Games type of vibe to it, and it reminds me a little bit of Beautiful Joe in terms of the character design. But in terms of gameplay, it seems to be a very unique type of approach. So I'm definitely looking forward to the Wonderful 101. But again, I was not impressed. It's something that we already seen before, and we were expecting to see. Then they went on how they're delaying the release of Wii Fit U and Wii Party U, which are two games that I'm not interested in, but I think that from a business perspective, I think this is a good move on Nintendo's behalf. Just because the Wii U right now doesn't have a good momentum, so hopefully they can try and build some momentum towards the holiday season, and maybe they can draw some of those casuals that haven't upgraded to the Wii U. It's gonna be really tough, but maybe with some kind of marketing push, they can do that. So by pushing these two games to the holiday season, I think it's probably a good move on Nintendo's behalf. Then afterwards we had, we had X. Yeah, of course, Monolith Soft Masterpiece X, which is looking amazing. The more footage that I see for this game, the more excited I get. This is definitely the best looking Wii U game, and it's raising the bar for developers as far as pushing the boundaries and the graphics capabilities of the Wii U. We all know it's a very underpowered system when we compare the specs as opposed to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but this game is looking great, and they show new footage emphasizing the open world nature of the game. Other than that, we don't know too much, other than the game is going to release in 2014. So another bummer. I was really hoping that they would somehow squeeze this game within the 2013 year. So I'm really disappointed to see that, but I'm very much looking forward to this game. And then let me think, because I don't have notes written down. They showed X, and I believe right after that, am I missing anything? I know they did not show Pikmin 3. Oh, they show like a montage of third-party games. It's good to know that the Wii U is gonna get some love from third-party supporters. I don't know for how much long, but in terms of big releases, I think they're somewhat covered. The Wii U is gonna get Batman Origins. It's going to get the new Splinter Cell game, the new Rayman Legends game, the new Sleeping Dogs game by Ubisoft, among other games, Assassin's Creed and so forth. So there's still a little bit of a decent third-party support, which is good. And then they also went on to show a couple of indie games that look pretty interesting, and I believe that's about it. Obviously, they showed the long-awaited reveal for Smash Brothers. They've shown footage of the 3DS version, which seems to have like this cel-shaded type of look, but it looks great nevertheless. And they also showed the Wii U version. That it looks great, especially when they did close up to the characters. They're very detailed. And it's the typical Smash Brothers. I don't think they're gonna change or try to affect the gameplay too much, which is good. I mean, the Smash Brothers, it's a fun game by itself, and as it is, and it looks really good. And there are three new characters that have been unveiled. The first one is the villager from Animal Crossing. I thought it was fun. and perhaps a pretty good timing on Nintendo's behalf, considering Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS just got released. So it's nice to see the villager from Animal Crossing making its way to Smash Brothers. We also have the Wii Fit U instructor, that that girl that does like the yoga like poses or whatever. I thought that was funny as hell. Some people think it's inappropriate, but I think she's gonna be a good character to troll people around, because she is like the epitome of like the representation of the casual crowd that a lot of people hate from the Wii. From the Wii games in general. So I think she's gonna be a fun character to just use her and troll other people. And then obviously the big reveal was the third-party character Mega Man from Capcom. A lot of nostalgia there. They used the classic Mega Man tunes, and he's gonna be able to use some moves pertaining to some of the bosses in previous Mega Man games. So it's looking really good, and I wouldn't be surprised if in the coming days we see more in terms of new reveals. And obviously I forgot the new retro game that we were all waiting for. It's none other than Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's going to be called Tropical Freeze, I believe. Nothing wrong with the game itself. Donkey Kong Country Returns is a very fun platformer, but I can't help but to be a little bit let down. I was hoping that Retro was working on a bigger and better title. However, there are rumors that they actually have two teams, and the first smaller team worked on this Donkey Kong Country sequel, and they have like one main team working on a big game right now. But I'm guessing it's too early in development to be showing anything. The good news though, David Wise from the first two Donkey Kong Country games, or the first three actually, he was the music composer. He is back for Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze, so expect to see a very kick-ass soundtrack on this game. I'm really looking forward to what David Wise can come up with. Other than that, let's see, 3DS wise, oh yeah, they announced a new art, what is it called, the Art Academy game, where they teach you how to like draw, and that could be cool. I'm looking forward. I don't think I'm gonna buy the game, but I'm really looking forward to see what people can come up with, because on the Miiverse application on the Wii U, there are so many great drawings by people there, and if you give them more tools, I think it's gonna be really cool to see what they can come up with. Man, I feel like I'm missing like a big name title, but I think I did a pretty good job of covering everything that was shown. But yeah, a little bit let down. I was hoping to see a big surprise at the end of the show, but I guess they're gonna bank on the Smash Brothers. And one thing that really disappointed me is, in my opinion, they're only gonna have one big surprising title during the holiday season, and that game is Super Mario 3D World. And in my opinion, they should have released that game perhaps in November, and on December Smash Brothers, or maybe Mario Kart in November and then Smash Brothers in December. Like two big name titles. I know Donkey Kong Country is releasing in November, but that game is really similar to the previous one, so I was hoping for Nintendo to do like a quick 1-2 punch in November and December. But who knows, Nintendo, they're crazy. For all we know, they could have a Nintendo Direct next week, and they could be announcing like brand new titles. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now for my final summary of E3, I think I'm gonna rank the conferences. Microsoft, I think in my original video I gave them a 4 out of 10. I'm gonna knock them a point down after some consideration. I think I'm gonna give Microsoft 3 out of 10. I did like the fact that they show a lot of games, but I obviously I gave them a really low score based on their anti-consumer policy pretty much. But I think they did a a fairly good effort in trying to secure some exclusive titles like Dead Rising 3, and I think they're gonna have Titanfall is gonna be like a timed exclusive. So they did try within the games department, but you know, they're gonna be falling short on the hardware side, especially with that $4.99 awful price point. Then in second place, I'm gonna put Nintendo. I'm gonna give Nintendo a 6 out of 10. Or maybe like a 5.5 out of 10, 5.5 to 6, you know, I'm gonna leave it right there. And you know, anytime that they announce a 3D Mario game, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, that's like heaven for any Nintendo fan, and I'm one of them. However, I can't help to be disappointed. I was really expecting to see maybe F-Zero, a new F-Zero title, a new Star Fox title, a brand new IP, or maybe some kind of I don't know, you know, a new IP, or maybe like a third-party exclusive, maybe like a exclusive Resident Evil game or something like that, just to surprise everybody. But we didn't get that, so you know, I'm gonna give Nintendo like a, I guess, 6 out of 10. And Sony, I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10. They were definitely the winners, or the clear winners in my opinion, for E3. The games department though, I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping to see a little bit more of newer exclusive titles. I was also hoping to see more Vita support from Sony. That wasn't the case, but you know, the rest of the rest, it's really positives. The price point of the PlayStation 4, it's great. The hardware itself, it's great. I'm really glad they went with the no, they're not gonna deal with the used game fees and all that crap. So Sony, definitely the clear winners. They're in a very good position to dominate this next generation coming up. And as far as the software shown, I'm gonna give my top 3 in no particular order. My 3 favorite titles of E3 so far are X from Monolith Soft for the Wii U, the Destiny for the PlayStation 4/Xbox One, and Super Mario 3D World. So those are my 3 top software in no particular order. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comment section what you thought of Nintendo's conference and E3 overall. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later.